Hey y'all, welcome back to Faith Budgets. On this channel I'll be posting videos about how we use a zero-based budget, sinking funds, and cash stuffing to pay off debt and save at the same time. If that's content that you're interested in, then please keep watching and definitely hit the subscribe button and join us on this journey to financial freedom. Okay, hey guys, in today's video I'll be doing a video about our budget this is our budget with me for the 4th week in February. We actually get paid 5 times in February because it's a magic month for us. My husband and I both work full-time jobs, and we both get paid bi-weekly, but we get paid on opposite payrolls, so that puts us to getting paid weekly. And February just happened to be a magic month for us, so we'll get 5 checks in the month of February. And I budget monthly first and map it all out and use the Budget Mom's budget by paycheck method with her workbook. And I bought the printable version where I can print it off, and I just print off the sheets and put it in my little 3-ring binder, and then I just take this out. And this is how I do my weekly spread. After I do the monthly at the beginning of the month. I'm getting ready to do March now, then I do a cash breakdown and break down the cash for our cash envelopes, for variable spending, and for our sinking funds. And this is the monthly funding plan that I use to do that. I do this at the beginning of the month for our sinking funds, and that way I know which ones will be getting funded with each paycheck. Here's the weeks up here, weekly paychecks there. So that helps me to map it out, so I don't forget a sinking fund or just kind of sticking some in some and some in not, like instead of just sticking money in different ones and not kind of having a method to the madness, I use that little sheet to help me keep it organized. Okay, so I guess we'll just get started in here on the budget. I guess I need to zoom you guys in. I always have to turn it sideways. And I use the Budget Mom's paycheck bill tracker here. And then also I have her online Excel program and in Google Sheets. Right now I'm using the Google Sheets. I have used Excel too. I just like the Google Sheets because I can use it on my iPad too. When I'm sitting in the living room, I can, plug numbers in and things. So I like using that on my iPad. So I usually put it on the computer and I have it kind of mapped out, and it does the math for you. That's why I like it, because I can just put the numbers in and, shift around some of my sinking fund totals, and even my variable spending. I can shift some of those numbers around and kind of see what numbers I might want to increase and some I need to decrease, and then get my totals at the end. So, but I still do the paper form as well, and I write it out and get my, my trackers, everything tracked out for the pay period. So let's just get started on this one. This will be paycheck number 4. Let me see, can you guys see? I may have to do it like this. Put my calculator there. Zoom you guys in. Oop, I have to move over here. Let me move these up. We won't need these. Okay, I think you guys can see that. So February pay number 4. And we'll do the budget here first. It has the budget and actual category. I cannot speak. Budget and actual columns. That's the word I was looking for, columns. To put the totals in now as when I'm estimating. And then this is the actual. When the bills come out, I usually write that in blue ink. I'll do this part in blue, and then this part, the budget part, in black. And then when I come back through with final numbers, I usually put that in blue. It just kind of helps me see what's been paid already. So, and this paycheck date is for February 23rd, so 2/23. And let's see. Oh, also get some more pay here. This is we also get some more pay here. This will be for my son. His father passed away, so he does get some benefit from him, and this is just a portion of it that I get, that I put into an account, a Ally savings account for my son, and the rest of it goes, I just automatically roll that over into his account. So this is just a portion of it that I'm keeping to give him later. The part that he gets now, he keeps that. So he puts it in his savings account. He has a different one, so he has two, and that way, I just wanted to wait and give this to him a little bit later. He's pretty responsible, but I didn't know at the time when we set all this up, how things would be, and I wanted to try to manage their money, both my sons, as for their benefit. And it's their money, so I just want to make sure that they, are wise with it. So, okay, so that is that portion right now. This one will be, let's see, 600, and then the check is 1711. Okay, so our totals, let's total this up. 2311. Okay, what bills do we have this time? I do split some of the bills. Well, the mortgage is the only one that we usually split between two paychecks, but I think I already took that out of the other ones. Yeah, I did. And I always do a cushion or a buffer. I just call it cushion. That's what the budget mom calls it. And I just usually put that as the date of the paycheck. It's 25. And then my life insurance that is not included in my employer, it's separate. Like Dave Ramsey says, it's a good idea not to just only have life insurance with your employer, because down the road, what if I'm not working with that employer? And then so that life insurance is no longer, I'm not contributing to that. I'm not paying that weekly or monthly payment to that. So I do have a life insurance policy on my own through Pacific Life or something like that. So, and it's 27. What's the due date on that? Due date is the 23rd on that as well. And it is $27. And Verizon, this is for 3 phones and my watch. And I think we actually have a couple payments on, my older son, I got him a phone and I got a phone too. So, and then my younger son, he's on a different policy with his grandmother. She got that for him. So it's 3 of us on this one, and it's $219, and it is due. What does it do? My mind is just slow tonight. It's late at night. I'm not a night person. 223. I'll get it together here in a minute, you guys. Sorry. Apple Music. This is not a necessity, but a want. We like the Apple Music. 19 on that. We have the family plan. Oh, here's one. State Farm. It just keeps going up. It keeps going up. Every month it has went up like $8, $10, $11. Every month it's going up. Each policy that we have on each different vehicle, they call it each policy for the separate vehicle, it's going up one by one. We have this one is our combined bill together. We have 5 vehicles on here, and they all went up $693. Is that not crazy? It just makes me want to throw up. $693 a month for car insurance. And it'll never go back down. Once it goes up, it'll never go back down. We have a couple older vehicles. Our Honda side-by-side is the newest vehicle we have. Oh. Netflix is the 28. It's $26. And then I also put a couple of our variable expenses in here because I use our debit card for this. Gas and Walmart. and I do the same every week. So this just this helps me to keep up with it better this way. I've kind of fine-tuned our budget, and I know that Walmart, give or take just a little, is usually around $2.60. You know, that's just kind of where it's fell for groceries, and then just a few household items. I get the most of our bulk household items with Sam's, and I have a sinking fund for that. But the Walmart picks up I get everything else there. Bathroom things, food, some household, and then gas is $200 a week. Yes, $200 a week. This past week we spent $215. I just put that in my little weekly check-in. I couldn't believe it, $215. But my husband did fill up the gas jugs he filled up his truck and gas jugs for the side-by-side and the tractor, and not the lawnmower yet. It's not time to mow yet, but the tractor, he's already getting the tractor out now. So, and it takes gas. So that bill was $90 to fill all those up. Oh. And then the hubby, he did purchase something with the debit card, so I'm putting that up here, and he took that out of his weekly money that he normally puts in his sinking fund. So he just told me to put this in here and use it for the transaction that he used it for with our debit card. So it was $25. So we have all that there. All right. Let's see what we got here. Let's add this up. $14.94. Okay, $14.94 was our total for our bills. So I will subtract that from the total income. $23.11 minus $14.94. That gives us $8.17 to work with for variable expenses, cash envelopes, and also our sinking funds. So leftover was $8.17. Bring that down here. $8.17, and my sinking fund, my variable expenses are usually always the same. Oh, yes. We have food, 50, church, 45, me, 40 this week. I bumped it up just a little bit. I'm getting ready to get the wallet from the budget mom. She said it was coming out in March, so I want to get that. And I used my me money. I was saving up for that, but it was my best friend's birthday, and I wanted to get her. I got her a few things, and it was a little bit over more than what I had in my gift envelope. So I just used a little bit of my me money, and we went to eat, and I paid for her meal too. So I wanted to do that for her. Let's see, hubby is getting $125. The other $25 he put up here. Okay. Self-care for me. $40 on that. Miscellaneous. $20. Oh, I forgot. I think fun went there. I love this erasable pen. This is pretty neat. This is the Friction Pilot. And it really erases. It's good. Okay, self-care, fun, and miscellaneous. Fun and miscellaneous. I would do both of those 20. And kids, oops, 30. Dogs, 15. Meds, 25. And this has really helped me so much by doing this, doing the envelopes. You think it don't work, and I failed it 100 times, and then I go back, and but it really does work if you just stick with it. And you learn to tweak it. You learn to know when you need to up the amounts or when you need to lower them, and it's always better to put just a little bit extra, and then at the end of the week, you can always roll it over or put it, somewhere where you need it. I know at some point I wasn't ready. I didn't have any extra to do that, so it was hard. But we're making progress. We're sticking to it. Oh, was that the total? Let me make sure that was the total 410. It should total up to 410.
Make sure we total up here.
Yeah, 410. So that's for our envelopes or our variable expenses. 410 left over. 410 total. So we subtract that from the 817, and that leaves us 407. And that's what we'll have to work with for our sinking funds. So 407 for sinking funds. And I will not be stuffing all of my sinking funds. I do some of them, and then some will be on months where we have a little bit more income. I may, stuff a few more. But I used to want to stuff them all, and then I moved my bills around according to my sinking funds because I wanted everything to be exactly the same. I wanted all this to be the same, all this to be the same. I had my sinking funds mapped out for how much I need to put weekly. And so I tried to do it that way for a little while, and I moved my bills around, but I think this way works better. I think I've seen my sinking funds grow more because I think my bills were interfering with it. It was just, it was confusing, and I would have different amounts in my checking account, and I was trying to hold stuff in there for the bills that was coming due, and it was confusing. So this way has really helped us to grow our sinking funds. So this time we'll just be doing Sam's. It's going to get 25. Memberships and subscriptions there. It's going to get 15. And then car tags will get 10. Car maintenance, I do those separate now. And then 60, because the car tags, we know how much that bill will be, so that's easy to figure, that is a set amount. And then memberships, we know how much that is going to be. But car maintenance, you don't really know exactly what your total goal amount would be, so it's just an ongoing sinking fund. I keep going and going with this. And car tags I will too, because we don't get the registration on our vehicles at the same time. So I will be taken out of that certain times of the year. But I know how much each one should be. That's probably going to go up too, though. I may need to increase that. Everything's going up. You think you're doing good, you get a little raise, and then in your pay, and then everything else goes up. So we're just kind of back to square one. Senior year and prom. I was just talking to my son last night about prom. It's coming up in April. Gonna do some prom pictures. They'll be going to eat, and then we'll have to get the boutonniere corsage and all that good stuff. So that's 40 for that. And then birthdays and gifts. This is for our family's birthdays and for any other gifts. I did get to use this part of our gifts money, and it makes you realize that this system really does work, and it's whenever you have a win like this, you understand and you're grateful for it, because a friend of the family passed away, and this family has been so good to our family, and they contributed to so many things when my mom was sick with cancer, and helping with my stepdad with paying bills, and he didn't work. He was by my mom's side the whole time, and he was her caretaker. So, and he was the sole provider for their family. So it was financially hard for my mom and my stepdad. So this family that just recently lost a brother, they need money to pay for the funeral expenses. So I was able to take money out of gifts and just pay it, went up there and donated. Before I would have been trying to scramble around and try to figure out, I need to give a little money. I give $20 or something, but I was able to give $100, and I'm not usually able to give that much. So I was thankful to be able to do that, to help them out. I wish I could have gave more. So I need to, you know, build this back up a little bit for gifts and birthdays. So, but that's what it's for, and it feels good to be able to use your money from your sinking funds. Okay, there's travel. Then we're getting ready to, we'll be doing this. We'll be doing travel ball. So I need to jack that up some, 180. And then the hubby will be getting 10 put in his. So he gets 10. I hear my dog. He's trying to come in. He's trying to get in my door. Holidays. Oh yes, I started a holidays binder. 25 for that. I separated the holidays out from there. Okay. Okay, I let him out. Okay, had to let the dog go. Okay, so let's add this up for the sinking funds. $405. Yep, that was right. So that leaves me with $2. So I'll leave that in there in my checking account for a buffer. And then I'm not doing any extra debt this paycheck unless something, you know, comes up over here that's lower, or I have any extra left over in my wallet at the end of the week, then I might be able to put some towards debt. But we are trying to build this travel up, so I wanted to put a little extra in there. So now I'll go over here to my cash breakdown. I'll get this filled out, and then I will come back and I'll have this filled out. I'll probably just zoom you guys through this because I should have already wrote all that out. It takes too long. Okay, now we have our cash breakdown sheet complete for our paycheck and our slip for the teller to bring back the correct denominations. I have it all mapped out, and then we'll go to the bank, get our cash out, and then we'll come back and do the cash stuffing for our sinking variable expenses, cash envelopes that are in my wallet, and then also for our sinking funds in my binders here. So that is all that I have done for our budget with me for the 4th week in February. We have one more check in February, and then we'll be getting ready for March. I'll be doing a video for our March monthly budget setup, and I'm trying to do it on another sheet just like this to see if I can get it all to fit, but I have so many sinking funds that I have another sheet that I'm going to try to use, I think, to list them all out, because I can't fit them all on here. I have way more sinking funds than this, and I just started out with a few, and I've worked my way up, and it's really has helped me to fine-tune the budget here, where I'm not surprised by things that pop up, and I'm more prepared. And so then every dollar that I have outside of the bills will go towards sinking funds, instead of, oh well, we'll just, when we get paid this week, we'll pay for this. When we get paid next week, we'll pay for that. I'm planning ahead of time, so I really do like the benefits of the sinking funds. It really has changed our life, the way we budget and manage our money. So that is all for our budget with me for February. If anybody has any questions, just please let me know. Ask the questions in the comment. I'll be glad to help out if I can. If anything seems confusing, or if anything's different from the way you do it, or you just have any questions about why I come up with certain things, feel free to ask. I'm glad to help if I can. I know I've asked several questions to a lot of the other YouTubers out there, so that's how I learn. I'm a visual learner, and I like to see how other people do it and compare, you know, the different areas of the budget, you know, the categories, and that's how I came up with my categories. I've, you know, learning what we need in our family, and everybody's budget's different. So thank you all for hanging out with me today, and my next video will be for the cash stuffing for this. So I will see you guys next time. Thanks.